physical illnesses often have spiritual and emotional origins. This view implies that negative aspects of our inner self, such as harmful emotions, thoughts, and attitudes, can directly impact our physical health. A person lacks virtues such as tolerance, resignation, and sincerity, they open the way for illnesses to emerge. A lack of tolerance can lead to a state of constant stress, which, from this perspective, can manifest itself as physical problems. Emotions such as hatred, pride, envy, jealousy, and selfishness, which are considered diseases of the soul. These feelings are described as damaging not only to our spiritual lives but also to our physical well-being. A person's emotional and spiritual state has a direct influence on the body. This is because body and soul are deeply connected. When the spirit is intoxicated by negative feelings, this is reflected in a kind of internal imbalance. The mind and body, in tune, end up weakening the organism and reducing immunity, making the body more susceptible to diseases. In other words, by nurturing negative emotions, the body accumulates tension, stress, and wear and tear, creating conditions conducive to the emergence of illnesses. True health depends on spiritual and emotional balance and harmony. By cultivating positive virtues and maintaining a balanced emotional state, a person can achieve a kind of inner peace. This peace and positivity are seen as medicine for the body, which tends to strengthen and recover more easily from illnesses. The suffering and difficulties of material life should not be the main focus of human existence. By looking at life in a limited way and focusing only on physical or material difficulties, a person can fall into despair and lose sight of spiritual transcendence. This perspective invites us to reflect on the nature of human suffering and how it can be minimized or overcome by understanding that life's difficulties are temporary, while spiritual development is eternal and can provide lasting peace regardless of material circumstances. In seeking spiritual transcendence, an individual finds something beyond material concerns and limitations. This refers to the act of searching for a deeper meaning in life, something that transcends the suffering and immediate challenges of everyday existence. Spiritual transcendence offers an elevated perspective, allowing a person to see their difficulties from a broader perspective. For example, by understanding that difficulties may have a purpose or are learning opportunities, an individual can deal with them more calmly. This process of spiritual realization can be achieved through spiritual practices such as prayer, meditation, or reflection on sacred texts. These practices help people connect with their deepest essence, promoting a sense of inner peace that does not depend on external circumstances. For a person to achieve transcendence, they need a philosophy of spiritual evolution. This means that the spiritual journey is seen as a continuous process of growth, where the individual evolves and improves throughout life. This spiritual evolution does not occur immediately, but through a continuous effort to overcome, learn, and develop spiritual virtues. Over time, as one becomes detached from material limitations and seeks higher truth, one approaches a state of lasting peace. The philosophy of spiritual evolution implies that human life is a unique opportunity for transcendence. It is not just a journey to solve earthly problems, but a quest to achieve a deeper understanding of oneself and the spiritual world. A crucial aspect of achieving transcendence is faith. Faith is what sustains the individual when he or she is faced with seemingly insurmountable difficulties. The belief that there is something greater than immediate suffering helps a person maintain hope and perseverance. Hope, in turn, is closely linked to faith. It is the confidence that, even in the most challenging situations, there is always a possibility for spiritual growth and overcoming. This hope is not a simple expectation that things will get better, but rather confidence in a greater purpose that permeates all of life's experiences, including challenges. When a person begins to dedicate themselves to spiritual transcendence, they often go through a process of personal overcoming. This process involves the internal struggle against negative feelings such as fear, anger, doubt, among others. Over time, the person learns to deal with these emotions in a more balanced way, replacing them with feelings of unconditional love, inner peace, and compassion. This makes you stronger and able to face adversity with a renewed spirit and full of confidence. Spiritual transcendence can also lead to emotional and even physical healing, as inner peace and detachment from material problems allow the individual to free themselves from tensions and negative energies that affect their health. A central aspect of spiritual transcendence is the connection with the divine or with something greater than one's own individuality. This can be seen as a union with God, the universe, or a universal consciousness. Upon achieving this connection, the individual feels a transcendental peace, which does not depend on external circumstances. This feeling of union with the divine allows a person to overcome any form of physical or emotional suffering. This relationship with the divine also strengthens faith in life and the purposes of existence, providing a perspective that transcends human suffering and limitations. Divine energy is the creative force that permeates the entire universe. It is an invisible but palpable force that can be accessed by those seeking a deeper spiritual connection. When a person connects with this divine energy, they experience a significant inner transformation. This transformation can be seen as a process of spiritual purification, where ego limitations, negative feelings, and emotional difficulties begin to dissipate. Divine energy then acts as an agent of change, helping the person to free themselves from negative patterns and evolve spiritually, bringing a sense of renewal and a higher purpose to life. Connection with divine energy is presented as an effective way to overcome life's challenges, both emotional and material. Suffering and difficulties can be faced with more serenity when a person connects with something greater than themselves. Divine energy offers strength and guidance during difficult times, allowing a person to face adversity with a calmer, more centered spirit. This is particularly important when someone finds themselves in situations of suffering, doubt, or confusion. Furthermore, this spiritual connection helps a person realize that difficulties have a greater purpose or a divine reason, which brings comfort and wisdom to deal with difficult situations. To access divine energy, a person needs to have an open mind and be willing to connect with higher wisdom. This implies being available to receive this strength with humility, without resistance or attachment to old mental and emotional patterns. The practice of meditation, prayer, and contact with spiritual teachings are some ways to open the mind and heart to divine energy. These moments of introspection and prayer are seen as communication channels between the human being and divine energy, creating a continuous flow of wisdom and strength. Detachment from material results and everyday concerns is also fundamental. When a person detaches himself from the preoccupation with material life and surrenders to the spiritual process, he allows divine energy to guide him without interference from the ego. Faith plays an essential role in the ability to connect with divine energy. Having faith means trusting in the presence and power of this energy, even when external circumstances do not provide clear evidence that something positive is occurring. Faith, in this context, is not just a blind belief, but a deep trust and a trusting relationship with divine energy. It involves knowing that, despite the challenges, the person is being guided by a higher force and that there is a divine plan for their life. Having faith allows a person to surrender to the process of spiritual transformation with confidence, without resistance. This strengthens the connection with divine energy, creating a cycle of renewal and healing. Once a person has consistently connected with divine energy, they begin to experience a profound transformation in all aspects of their life. This includes spiritual growth, where the person becomes more compassionate, loving, and balanced. This spiritual transformation can be observed in changes in attitude, new behaviors, and a clearer and deeper perception of reality. The person becomes more capable of dealing with emotions in a healthy way, moving away from destructive impulses or negative patterns. Furthermore, the connection with divine energy allows the person to develop internal wisdom that helps them make decisions that are more aligned with their spiritual purpose. This creates a fuller, more fulfilled life where choices are made in accordance with divine guidance and spiritual well-being. Divine energy is also seen as a powerful source of spiritual and even physical healing. By connecting with this energy, a person can find relief from emotional and physical pain, as well as a deep sense of well-being. Spiritual healing occurs as a person frees themselves from past traumas, hurts, and emotional suffering. Divine energy brings a sense of inner peace, allowing the individual to free themselves from patterns of self-sabotage or emotional blocks. Furthermore, divine energy can help a person find an inner balance that reflects on their physical health. Emotional tensions and energetic blockages can affect the body, and by releasing these tensions, a person can experience an increase in overall health and vitality. The daily practice of connecting with divine energy is essential to keep this transformation and healing ongoing. This can be done through activities such as prayer, meditation, reflection, and even reading sacred texts. The objective of daily practice is not only to seek divine energy in moments of crisis, but to cultivate an ongoing and constant relationship with this energy, allowing it to guide one's life every day. The more a person practices spiritual connection, the easier it becomes to access divine energy at any time, bringing peace, clarity, and strength to everyday situations. Spiritual wisdom is more than just intellectual knowledge. It refers to the ability to understand divine truth and apply that truth in everyday life. It is not just an accumulation of information, but rather the ability to see beyond the superficial appearances of life and understand the spiritual essence of all things. While intellectual knowledge deals with facts and data, spiritual wisdom leads us to understand the deeper purpose of life, existence, and our spiritual journey. It involves the ability to see life with a broader vision, transcending materiality and focusing on what is eternal and true. Spiritual wisdom is characterized by a deep understanding of God, the universe, and human nature. It allows a person to live in a way that is more aligned with divine principles, having discernment about how to act in different situations and how to relate to others in a compassionate and fair way. The search for wisdom begins with the search for divine knowledge. This involves a constant attitude of learning and growing spiritually, both through the study of spiritual teachings and the personal practice of faith. Divine knowledge can be acquired through reading sacred texts, meditation, prayer, and inner silence. It is through the practice of these activities that a person begins to come into contact with divine truth and perceive the world in a deeper way. Spiritual wisdom is not something that comes from outside, but from within. It arises from the development of a personal relationship with the divine, which allows the person to understand life not only intellectually, but also spiritually. Humility is one of the main virtues associated with spiritual wisdom. To become truly wise, a person must be willing to recognize their limitations, open themselves to continuous learning, and accept that there is always more to learn. What a person learns through experience is not just theoretical knowledge, but lived teachings that become a fundamental part of their wisdom. Every challenge faced, every mistake made, and every victory achieved provides valuable lessons that contribute to spiritual growth. Furthermore, a wise person learns to draw on lessons from their own mistakes and successes without becoming trapped in regret or pride. She sees life as an ongoing journey of learning, in which each moment offers an opportunity to grow spiritually. True spiritual wisdom leads to inner peace. When a person acts wisely, they connect with a deep sense of harmony and tranquility, regardless of external circumstances. This is because wisdom teaches us to accept life as it is, to trust the divine, and not to let ourselves be excessively affected by external concerns. If you liked this video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave a like. Your participation is essential so that we can continue to bring you inspiring and educational content. Sign up now and share with your friends so more people can learn from our messages.